So first lap of the race was a lap of silence because of the ride of silence that was going on nationally. So this is the Wednesday night B Race crit, and I had already had a race in my legs at this point. I've never done a double race. Just catted up to Cat 4, so I figured, hey, give it a shot. Try to hang with the Cat 3s that are in this race, and it was really fun. I liked it quite a bit. They push the pace more than they do in the C race, and there's lots of lulls in the C race. You know, people are coasting quite a bit, and I noticed with the Cat 3s mixed in there that things took off a little bit differently. You know, things were a little bit faster. There were more attacks. The attacks lasted for a longer period of time. Uh, this race was a disappointment. So, first ever time doing two races at once, and man, did I mess up. So, I'd been getting ready in the morning before going to work because I have to leave work to come to the crit. So, got quite a bit of water ready. I thought, hey, this will be fine. I know it's going to be kind of hot, 90, 95 degrees outside. And I had ridden a few times in 90-degree weather so far, so I figured, I'd have enough water. So I came out here and, man, spoiler alert, I ran out of water, started getting a headache, legs started cramping up a little bit. So, yeah, I lasted, I think, 16, 17 laps, something like that, hanging out with the pack. I think if I had hydrated better and had more water with me to drink between the races and have more water to put in my water bottle, the race would have been a lot different. I think I know I would have finished. I just don't know where I would have finished. But got strung out there for a little bit. Everybody kind of grouped back up after the turn. And one thing I got to get better at is pedaling through the corners. That's definitely a weakness. These guys take the corners quite a bit faster, and you see a lot of them are pedaling, except for the guy that's basically right on the curb, where if he would have pedaled, he really would have eaten the curb. So this was a fun race. These two hilltop guys in front of me, I was chatting with them beforehand. The guy directly in front of me is a Cat 1 or Cat 2 mountain biker. So he's got a high level of fitness. He's a Cat 5 roadie, though. This is his first season doing crits. The other hilltop guy to the right, he's been racing for a couple years on and off, so he knows what he's doing. He's pretty smart. Talking to him beforehand, he's got a couple years of knowledge. And then there's I think his name's Dylan from Team Elevate in this race. Strong dude. This was an attack right here. I think someone was trying to make some separation, but the two fellow guys ended up leaving the pack anyways. They made one move that stuck, and no one really chased. And they were in the blue kit. Yeah, there's a little bit of a power delay between my stages and the actually when I'm putting in the work. And I was surprised at how big the group was tonight. I hear usually the B race is pretty small. The C race was pretty big, 20-something people, 22, 25 people, somewhere around there. This race was pretty similar. I think there were about 20 people in this race, or 15 or something like that. It was a good race. Good race. There's a couple people behind me. I'm making sure I'm not last wheel. I don't want to be last wheel. A couple people got flicked before me, so that feels good knowing I wasn't the first one to drop out of the race. You see these attacks last quite a bit longer than they do in the C race. I was actually expecting it to be a little bit harder. Heart rate's not getting up to where it possibly could get because I'm already partially fatigued, and I think it's also because I'm kind of dehydrated. So you can see the two blue velo guys off the front. They're working with each other to create separation, and the group's, I guess, trying to chase them down. That's what I thought they were doing. So I was just trying to hang in with them to try to catch those guys. I wasn't gonna put in a big dig myself and jump off the front and try to bridge the gap. My expectation coming into this race was hold on and last till the end of the race and see how it went, to kind of gauge how hard the B race is. I know I've got the fitness to hang with these guys. I know I could keep snapping over and over again and keep putting down the power. It's just, man, you can only do so much. I can't sit here and kick myself for messing up. I mean, it happened. Can't go back and change it. I know what I need to do in the future is bring more water with me to the crit, and after the C race, eat a Cliff Bar or something, drink quite a bit of water, take a leak, get back out there. I got to make sure I hydrate quite a bit, especially when the temperatures are quite a bit hotter. It's not winter time anymore. I really thrive in the cold, and the heat's my mortal enemy. I guess I live in the wrong state for that. And this is kind of where the whole pedaling through corners kind of comes in. Is kind of it's just a learning process. It's still learning. This is my first ever season racing. This is very different from track and tennis that I did before. You see this guy, he's pedaling quite a bit. And there we go, coasting. So the coasting didn't last as long in this race as it does in the C race. Sometimes you'll get a guy that's just pulling just hard enough to where you can keep on his wheel without really having to work. And you see that guy dropped off. I was on his wheel, and now I'm bridging the gap. I didn't want to get dropped. I didn't want to, something like that kind of a move to happen where I got flicked off the back of the group and ended up, all by myself or with someone that was fading. So I'm trying to stay with the group as much as possible. And this is just a straight headwind section, so I'm beating myself up here. I'm not sheltered. I'm trying to get a wheel if I can. And I get on this guy's wheel, I think. But I'll say that the crit racing has been quite a bit of fun. It's kind of like just going out and doing some high intensity interval training, which is actually really fun. I don't know if how many people like to do high intensity interval training where you feel like maybe you're going to die, or maybe your legs are just going to give up. But I find that there's quite a bit of fun in that kind of punishment. Knowing that it makes you stronger. It makes it so that when you go out and ride with someone who's stronger than you can kind of keep up. You just play your cards right, and things go a certain way. And you know, getting better, getting stronger. I like the challenge. Everybody gets their ass handed to them. I feel like maybe I'm getting my ass handed to me a little bit more than I should, but I mean, I probably shouldn't expect too much for less than a year of cycling under my belt, and you know, less than 5 months of actual training total under my belt, and you know, just a handful of races at the same time. And this move was fun. I noticed that guy's real close to me on my right, and I didn't want to hit that guy in the middle. But I could see this guy attacking, and I'm like, okay, I thought this was going to be a move. I really thought that this was going to be a move. This was going to separate the group a little bit, and then if I could hold on, maybe we would stand a chance. But this guy in the green looks back, and I guess he saw everybody on our ass, so he just gave up. And I wasn't going to make a break myself. I kind of let some people on the inside come around me. That guy in the red, the Trek kit, man, the guy was attacking over and over. He was strong. I don't know who he is, but man, he's strong. And surprised the hell out of me. I think here we are. I think we're coming up on... Yeah, there's one guy that we're lapping. And I think this guy in the green we're lapping. I think so. Shoot, I don't know. Because I think we're about to fly around him. Wait, no, that was the Velo guy. Okay, so, yeah, that guy put his teammate ahead of everyone else. Just put him way out in the lead, so, yeah, okay, we just absorbed that guy back into the pack. So, he did his job. He probably got a pack finish. I'd have to check the results, but, you know, he did what he came out there to do. And this guy's looking back going, you know, like, come on, work. Come on, take a pull. Let's go. And I'm just, you know, like, yeah, I'm toast, dude. I'm toast. I was just there to see if I could hang out and just respond to attacks and not really make any of my own. So I'm just like, okay, I guess I'll hang on at this guy's wheel. I'll see what happens here. But yeah, I mean, if you're watching this video, you've never raced, just go out there and race. I mean, the worst that can happen is you get dropped. And then after you race for a while and you know, try a category harder, you get dropped again. And you get dropped again. And it happens, you know, every now and then. It's not unavoidable at all costs. You know, I mean, even the pros get dropped. You know, it happens at all levels. So no matter how good you get, how strong you are, everybody gets dropped. And, you know, I mean, this was just another one of those races where I got dropped, and this guy's going off the front. I knew I had to respond somehow. I'm not sure. I forget why I kind of gave up chasing. I think it's because I knew that we were going to catch him after this turn. Or I was hoping that somebody else would come around me. Yeah, they slowed down. And there goes a guy on my inside, catching up. There's his teammate. And I'll just hold that wheel. But seriously, if you're looking to race, if you're watching this video, you've never raced, you've, you know, considered it, but the fear of, you know, losing, getting dropped, getting lapped, scares you, don't worry about it. I mean, you know, it is what it is, and hopefully the next time you race, you know, maybe instead of getting lapped once or twice, maybe you get lapped once. And then after that, maybe you don't get lapped. Maybe you just get dropped, in the last lap or two. And then after that, maybe you finish at the back of the pack, with the pack. And then after that, you finish in the middle of the pack, and then at the front of the pack. And then before you know it, you're getting podiums, and then you cat up, and then you're finishing at the back of the pack again. And then you're finishing at the middle of the pack, and at the front of the pack, and so on and so forth. But it can be a little frustrating when you've got the fitness to do something, but you couldn't. And that was kind of what I was struggling with after finishing this race. Was I knew I had the fitness to keep going. I just started getting the early signs of heat exhaustion, and I figured it wasn't worth it. 10 laps to go in 90-degree weather just wasn't it for me. So I didn't feel like burying myself and possibly getting dizzy and experiencing further signs of heat exhaustion, because I have to go to work the next day. And some of these guys come out here and it's just they're really in it, and I can see that, I can see really going for it. Man, at the back of my mind, I got to think about, I got to wake up in the morning, and not be dizzy and not feel like somebody's whacked me in the back of the head with a 2x4. I got to wake up and be able to go to work and function and think clearly and keep my balance. But yeah, just kind of hanging out in the pack's a little, I guess it's kind of boring to watch. I mean, it feels really fun when you're there and you're keeping up and you're speeding up and you're responding to attacks, making attacks, and here's an attack I made. So I thought, I'm going to try to bridge up to these guys. Why not? I don't want to get left behind. So catch up to them, and I think the rest of the group was right behind me. So we didn't really get away. Could have become something, but a few of the guys are working and then pulling off and looking around like, who's going to work with me, who's going to take a pull. And I just remember thinking, man, I can do this. Like, I've got this. We're more than halfway through right now, and I still feel pretty good physically. I felt pretty good. It's just I was getting kind of thirsty and starting to experience early signs of heat exhaustion. But man, I felt like fitness wise and heart rate wise, I could keep doing this. I could keep responding. And I came out to the crit originally, and I was ready. I felt good. I thought, man, I'm gonna be a little tired, but man, during that C race, I was like, this is pretty easy. I pegged my heart rate over 190 or at 190 twice, and I didn't feel horrible. My max heart rate's only about 192, so I didn't feel terrible, even though I probably should have felt terrible. And just trying to kind of sit on this guy's wheel, and Mr. Trek Kit goes flying around. Hilltop guy, Francie. I think it's Franciano, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, Feliciano. His name's Feliciano. Yeah. Feliciano responded, and I forget why I'm falling off here. I think I'm... Yeah. I don't understand why they kept slowing down after that corner so many times. And here I pull off, and I'm like, shit. Like, I was pretty much done at this point. Out of water, starting to get a little bit of a headache. And this is where it fell apart because I just dropped off the group. Mentally, I was out of it. Physically, probably could have kept going, like I've said. Man, just kind of kicking myself for doing what I did. Just see that half-hearted effort right there. I was like, oh shit, I'm done. I'm really done. I think I do one more lap and then I just call it quits. Those people on the side were, as they saw me pass by, they were like, "Oh man, I think he gave up or something, or what's he doing?" And that was it. That was it. And make a little effort here, and I'm like, yeah, maybe I can catch on. And I'm like, nope, never mind, too late. I'm done. And that's pretty much it. I did one more lap and then pulled out, but that was it. Got dropped. Quit. So it is what it is. Felt like shit about it. Kicking myself and polishing off the few tiny drops of water I have. So wishing I had more, but that was everything I had in that bottle. So that's it. I'm just gonna roll this through, and thanks for watching. I'll have the double commentary with Keith on the C Race up probably by Monday. So just drop subscribe if you want to see that, and until next time, I'll see ya.